Be calling you a radical, and before I get to this really grim fucking reality of this nightmare war that should never happened. Uh, Congratulations to Jersey City, Jersey. Fuck, how about those fucking Peacocks? 15 seed. I still have my ticket to that game around here somewhere. In the Huntsman with a freshman, a young kid named Steve Nash. In that Stoudemire game. 15 beat it 2. And I'll never forget that in the Huntsman. Fuck. I think the anniversary is today, to the date. And I mean, because I believe that was St. Patty's Day. Fuck. What a fucking effort by that team. Oh my God. Was that fucking something else? But to the reality of this nightmare. I don't think people realize how fucking brutal and nasty and horrific this whole thing is. It's just what we know about it. You know, there's all kinds of rumors. Now, listen, I have all kinds of connections in that part of the world. I get a lot of good information. As you know, my army is something else as far as information goes. What's going on inside Russia right now. We don't even talk about those casualties, the amount of peace activists and anti-nuclear activists that have been fucking round up, or so people that were supposedly even questioned maybe were sympathetic to the Ukrainian cause. How many are they dead? How many? Well, I talked to a friend today who was in Russia just a few days ago, who's got out. He says there's hundreds of thousands of fucking people that have been rounded up. And he says he's been there since 1978. He says he's never seen anything fucking like it. He says people in Russia are scared to fucking death of Putin. So the fucking brutal reality of this fucking nightmare. I mean, I watched a video, this young contemporary couple and their boy and their girl, high school age. Oh my God, it takes a lot to make me cry. I mean, the indiscretion of fucking bomb goes into their apartment. They make the decision, they text each other, let's go. So, right as they're fleeing, they get out, and here come the tanks rolling in. They're hiding in the breezeway. And just one tank rips one up. Whoop. There's the, 40-year-old guy, and there's his 16-year-old son laying there dead. There's his 10-year-old little girl, just got home from school, fleeing dead. There's his fucking wife dead. I've been in that fucking city. That city is fucking grand. Now this is the U.S. number that's coming out. They're saying 7,000. So I asked him, and what's being reported in Russia. He says they don't even give us numbers. Now, remember when we was kids, all the Cronkite down rather, they put the flags in each corner, My uncles were over there, they're raising me, and you'd watch that fucking, how many Viet Cong, how many U.S., like a game. And it was Dan Rather that went in and broke the back, and we saw it. Well, we have video cameras now. And thank God, because if this had been even 3 months ago, YouTube wouldn't have let any of this up. I mean, so what is this imperialist media that came into the United States and just caused all this? That's what this is. These are old world oligarchy philosophies that exist here in the United States. Empire versus empire. These old European freaking oligarchs bought up our media, which used to be against the law. Operation Foxconn News, Run Right Out of the House, Windsor, Zarchi. Zarchi's interviewed me so many fucking times. I remember telling him, I look back, we were talking today, and I'm like, I am so fucking glad I backed out of all that. I was like, fuck, they creeped me the fuck out. And I remember telling John Anthony, he did an interview, and he says, It's funny how when they get to you and, you go right at them, you go right at the nuclear. And I says, well, that's because Putin's the biggest fucking pro-nuclear there ever fucking was, because it's all he's got. I'm so glad I stayed clear. I remember telling Noam Chomsky right to his face, no. Well, you think that's okay to go on RT? I don't. So there's some groups that I'm involved with, some real grassroots humanitarian groups. They say the number of 7,000 Russian troops dead is extremely low. They estimate it's upwards close to 10,000. But we'll go with 7,000. Fuck, you know what kind of number that is? Ukrainian troops. I says, talking to people that I know in Vienna that are actually Ukrainian. Today, I had conversations with them about, should I go to Romania or not? Fuck, I don't know, man. It's so scary right now. It's being reported upwards of 3,000 Ukrainian. And these are citizen soldiers for the most part. He says he thinks the number is close to 5,000. Now, we don't know. Civilians being reported widely by multiple organizations approaching 1,000. Including children. I don't think people realize that we've got so numb to war in the United States because we didn't get to see it. Remember, they wouldn't let us see the Bush cartel, the war criminals, Cheney, and here's Democrats giving Cheney a fucking standing ovation on the floor. One of the greatest war criminals ever walked the face of the earth. Rumsfeld, Cheney, Colin Powell, what a war criminal. Remember, they wouldn't let us see the blood in the body. There's videos out there that I've seen that I'm blown the fuck away that they're still up there, but fuck. Video killed the media star. This is fucking brutal. This fucking war is brutal. You know what kind of number that is for this short fucking war? This war is barbaric. And that's the old style. Putin is, Putin's not 20 feet tall and bulletproof. And his fucking army, a bunch of fucking looters. Well, they've done the same thing in the United States. This imperialist philosophy that's one of these two superpowers, they think they're empires. It's disturbing. And he fucking threatens us with nukes all day, every fucking day. Where does it fucking end? He's trying to bomb them into submission. It's not going to work. What does not kill you makes you stronger. I know so much about that dynamic. I was so heavily involved with them, man. Annika and I were together for years. These people are they don't get tougher and fucking stronger and harder. Chernobyl. Fuck, what a nightmare. Where does it fucking end? It's going to happen here in the United States. It's only a matter of time unless we turn on this imperialism. In 1999, when the gift that keeps on giving, 9/11 happened, the 20th bomber got sent home. They were Saudis. So all this blood and mayhem, and we talk about American soldiers. New York Times wants to report that. That's more than, well, how many people were killed in Iraq? I want to ask any of you out there, do you realize how many people the United States killed in Iraq? Do you know that number? And in Afghanistan? 50,000, 100,000, million, way more than that. How many children? No Iraqi ever hurt any American. No Afghan ever hurt. They were Saudis. And so we devastate, ravish, annihilate for 20 years the murder that went on. And the 20th hijacker, he's home. Huh. Do you know he got sent back to Saudi Arabia this week? It's a fucking unbelievable story. History's going to look back on this period. Like in 2000 till 2022, this great imperialist fucking psycho life freak show fucking Obama empowered him. Imperialists have been empowered. You know, the 9/11 nightmare, fucking all those lies that stemmed out of Saddam Hussein as weapons massacre. Jessica Lynch fought off 9 million. Pat fucking Tillman fucking, I mean, and they were Saudis, and what we did, I mean, people are going to look back in time, if there is an Earth, if we don't nuke ourselves off the fucking map. Fukushima, 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 Fukushima. They're going to look back and say, what the fuck? Not at me, they're not going to look back and say what. They're going to say, look at this guy. He was all over this from fucking every bit of it. He fought fucking, oh, so unbelievable. And he got no allies. I don't know how the fuck. Thank you to the very few fucking our post-ignorance army we have. The herd of Fukushima elephants is getting ready to stampede. Fucking, this war is fucking brutal. Barbaric as it fucking gets, just like Afghanistan was, not to, I mean, it's like Iraq. Barbaric, fucking big, beast, powerful fucking imperialists just annihilating innocent people, just like we did in Iraq. Just, I mean, it's disturbing, it's fucking shameful. Everybody that's participated, including the fucking Putin fucking enablers, you know, the Bush enablers, the fucking Obama fucking enablers, everybody should get down on their fucking hands and knees and beg God for mercy is all I gotta fucking say. Fuck, what a fucking sinful, fucking evil 22 years. Unbelievable. And it just keeps going on. Fuck to all the soldiers, you know, the families. I mean, you think these Russians want to send their fucking sons off to fucking war? They have to. It's like in Austria. How come you all bowed to Hitler? We didn't. We pretended, because if we didn't, he killed us. That's what Putin's doing. Adolf fucking Bush did the same thing here to the peace movement. Ask Michael Hastings.